Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sandra's Stenography and Shorthand Dictation. I really do appreciate each and every one of you who watch this channel. Thank you so very much. I can't thank you enough. Um, if this is your first time to the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Please, you won't be disappointed. I promise not to disappoint. Please hit the bell for notifications so you can be notified when I upload new videos, which I am always on the grind, so I'm always uploading new videos. You can also hit the bell for notifications. Leave me a comment. Leave a thumbs up for any video that you like or happens to help you, and also share. And that's it. You can also find me on all the major podcast distributors, including Apple and Spotify. And my home is Anchor FM, where you can support for 99 cents. But you can find my podcast on all the major players at Let's Write STENO. And as I said, you can support what I'm doing for 99 cents a month, and it will go towards the podcast, this channel, and my website that I am building. You can also find me on Facebook at Court Reporters Plus. Today we are working on 80. Nope, I did 80. So we are now at the 100 word per minute video. Um, and this is a test that I'm doing, working on tests all week long, people, all week long. So look forward, if I haven't gotten to your speed yet, look forward to it being released this week. All right. It's that on my computer. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. We are at the 100 word per minute video, and that's what we're getting ready to write right now, my good people. The title of this is Moral Training in Our Public Schools. I suggest you transcribe it and get your grind on. Get your transcribing on. Okay, so since this is 110 words, A. 10 mistakes, A. 15 mistakes, B. 20 mistakes, C. 25 mistakes, D, and anything over 25, you have failed the test. Let's go ahead and get it on and popping in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's write. It is reasonable to suppose that the rank and file of our teachers will realize the importance of this aim in teaching, so long as it has no recognition in our public system of instruction. The moral element is largely present among educators as an instinct, but it ought to be evolved into a clear purpose with definite means of accomplishment. It is an open secret, in fact, that while our public instructions is ostensibly secular, having nothing to do directly with morals or religion, there is nothing about which good teachers are more thoughtful and anxious than about the means of moral influence. Occasionally, someone from the outside attacks our public schools as without morals and godless, but there is no lack of staunch defenders on moral grounds, theoretically and even practically. To a considerable extent, we are all agreed upon the supreme value of moral education, but there is striking inconsistency in our whole position on the school problem. While the supreme value of the moral aim will be generally admitted, it has no open recognition in our school course, either as a principal or as a subordinate aim of instruction. Moral or education is not a germane to the avowed purposes of the public school. If it gets in at all, it is by the back door. It is incidental, not primary. The importance of making the leading aim of education clear and conscious to teachers is great. If their conviction on this point is not clear, they will certainly not concentrate their attention and efforts upon its retaliation. Again, in a business like education, where there are so many important and necessary results to be reached, it is very easy and common to put forward a subordinate aim and to lift it into the undue prominence, even allowing it to swallow up all the energies of teacher and pupils. Owing to this diversity of opinion among teachers as to the results to be reached, our public schools exhibit a chaos of conflicting theory and practice, and a numberless brood of hobby writers. School instruction can be brought into the direct service of character building. This is the point upon which most teachers are skeptical. Not much effort has been made until recently to put the best moral materials into the school studies, and that the most important reading, literature, and history, the chapter on relative values, will show that there is opportunity through all the grades for a vivid and direct cultivation of moral ideas and convictions. The second great series of studies, the natural sciences, come in to support the moral aims, while the personal example and influence of the teacher and the common experiences and incidents of school life and conduct give abundant occasions to apply and enforce moral ideas. Extract from the chapter on the aim of education in the book entitled Elements of General Method, Lincoln Dead and a Nation in Grief. In 1 hour, joy lay without a pulse, without a gleam or a breath. All right. Tried to read that as perfectly as I possibly could because I know it's a test, and I hope I did not disappoint. I do the best I can, guys. I really do. So please forgive me if there's a boo boo here or a boo boo there. So as you can see, I had to add a little bit more to that dictation from another part of the dictation, which is called Lincoln Dead and a Nation in Grief. So I had to read part of that. I'm sorry, I'm telling you part of the test, but hey, I'll give you that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Anyway, I had to read that in order to make it 5 minutes because each video or each dictation that I'm doing has to be 5 minutes because I want you to have a 5 minute test. So I had to add a little bit of that. Now, you'll be able to hear if you want to hear the rest of that particular part that I'll be reading that on my podcast, and I'm talking about the part that we just got into, Lincoln Dead and a Nation in Grief. I'm going to be reading that. I'm giving you part of it. Hey, I don't care. I'm not really worried about that part. I'm more worried about some of the other words in there that you may struggle with, like us ostensibly and so on and so up. on. So, anyway, um, you can go over to my podcast and you'll be able to hear that in its entirety, because I am planning on reading that in its entirety, all 555 words in its entirety on my podcast. So, with some other dictation. So if you would like to join me for that, please go to Anchor FM, and Let's Write Steno. And as I said before, you can catch me on all of the other major podcasts as well. Thank you so much for coming. I do enjoy doing this for you, and having some camaraderie with you and giving you some quality dictation as well. Thank you so much for coming, and as always, happy writing, everyone.